Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Donahoe here from DCS Sales Marketing, and it's October the 15th today, and we're just going to do an actual update on my Webull account and see how things are going. And over the last couple of weeks that I was actually did the last video, I'm just doing this one again to give an update of what's actually happened to the account. We did get a good run yesterday, and it actually was down almost considerably to like $1,200 down, and we got a good run back, which actually gave us in the red of now of $500. But the actual share or the stocks that I purchased that were down almost 40% actually went up 30%. So we actually made a gain of 70% yesterday and had a good run to be able to cash out and not have a lot actually now in the red. So let's just go on the account to give you an idea of the summary of what we've done and what happened for the week. Now, if we have a look at the actual portfolio, you'll see that there's an area where I can actually go in to show a calendar, and I'll show you the calendar of it. It hasn't looked too good, okay? It really has not looked too good for me. But again, this is an experiment to see how things are going. And if we look at the calendar from the month, you'll see that we had some good days there, but all the reds are the actual days that we've had that have not done well. And you'll see that more of the days themselves actually cost me more money overall than what the profit is made. But you'll see on the 27th and 28th, I actually had two good days. I made $377 and $378 on those 2 days. And I was down in that area of my actual buying. But I had a good run and it actually came back. Now, yesterday, you'll see that, or actually on Wednesday, I was down $236. And I made a run yesterday of $100 and, sorry, that was on Thursday, and on Friday, which was yesterday, I actually made a great whopping profit of $26.41. Now, why did I only make a profit of $26.41 when in fact I actually pulled out almost $400? The reasoning being is I was down so much on my portfolio of almost $1,900. And if we look back on my portfolio, you'll now see that the actual profit produced is now $1,446 in the red, okay? So the open profit and loss, it was almost $1,900 in profit and loss. Now, understand one thing, that is not all my portfolio. That is actually profit that I made that I gave back when I actually purchased other shares. Now, my net account value right now is $3,524, okay? I have invested $4,500 into this account. Now, when I look at this and I say, oh, well, that's going to cost me quite substantially in my portfolio, in my profit of what I'm actually doing. If you'll see that my market value is $3,201 and my cash balance is $323, okay? Unsettled cash is $76.92, which I actually could pull that out after once it's, but I will just actually put the money back into the account to keep it going. Now, why am I down in such a amount when I had a good run? And I'll show you my run that I actually had, and it was not the AVCT, but it was actually another stock that I'd put in, and I was down 40% or so on it. And it had a good run, but then I pulled out, and I don't have a lot of losses in it right now. But let me find it. Trying to find it for you. Okay, here it is. It was ATXI. And if you have a look at this ATXI, you'll see that I actually purchased and sold at on the 14th and the 14th, all on the 14th, I actually sold $70 worth. On the 14th, I sold $140 worth. On same day, I sold $150 worth. I sold $100 worth, and then I sold my very last one at $18 just to make a little bit of profit for the day. Okay, so that's really the profit that I actually made for that day, that I actually made on the day when it ran, but unfortunately my portfolio was down so much, it really didn't kind of give me much in the way of being in the positive. You'll see that I'm still actually down. I was almost down close on $500 on this ATXI, and my total cost still now is 243. We'll say, if we round it off, 244, and the market value is worth 200. So you'll see that I'm still down $43. So I'm down my portfolio as $17, $18. Okay, so that's what I actually am down on that portfolio. But you'll see that how much I actually got back on the run of that day was a good day. So 70, there's 210, 310, 360, say 460, almost $500 on that run that I got on the 14th, that I got actually back, that I actually was down. So you'll see that's the actual run that I had. Now, when I had that run, it put my portfolio almost back to where it needed to be, okay? So my portfolio went almost back up to probably around $500 down. The P&L went almost down to almost $1,000. And I just kept in 65 shares of this stock that went down and had gone up considerably, and that's what you need with a bull run. You actually get in the market, and if you find the right bull run, that's where you can make a lot of money. So what I did was I actually have plenty more. If you have a look at it, you'll see that I have a heap of others that are still down. You'll see all these ones here. Actually, this is what I've invested in. $101 I still have, in 200, 149, 169. And these are actually down. So when you look at something and you look at my portfolio, now my portfolio is $3,524 with the ones that are down at this particular time. So in actual fact, all these actual shares or these stocks that I have right now, these shares will go up. And if they go up, if they go down, then I'm going to start losing more money back in my net account value. Okay? But if they go up, that net account value is now going to surpass the actual loss that I have and incur to go in from the red to the black if I get a run on it. So what I wanted to do and show you was I invested when I actually hit the run yesterday, and I had that good run. I actually invested in another share, another stock that was supposedly to take off, and I put all my investment of profit that I got from that last stock and transferred it into this stock, and I want to show you what it is. And I honestly believe, because I've been doing a lot of research on it and people told me to hold on to it, when I purchased this stock, this share was worth $90 when I first purchased it, okay? And again, I'll just got to go through the one to show you which one I'm talking about. And it's called HKD or AMTD Digital Incorporated. Now, you'll see if I look in my history, you'll see that when I purchased this, I bought it at $82.41, okay? So $82.41, I purchased that, and I bought two shares. So I invested $160, all right? Within the period of time of the 19th that I purchased this, you'll see it almost went down in 2 days, from 19th to 21st, you'll see the 10th to the 11th, in that period of time, it almost went down from that period of time in a week or so, or a couple of weeks. It actually dropped down to half. So I bought when it was $42, and I continued to buy when it was swinging up and down. And I even bought it when it was higher, and I stayed around the 45 mark, and it dropped down to $32, and I just bought 3 here and 3 there and 3 there, which is actually now giving my actual account almost 32 shares to what it is. So you'll see now it's worth $30.19. Now, when you look at that, and you'll see that my actual, and this is very important that you need to see, that I was down quite considerably on the actual, I'm now minus $314 on this stock. My total cost is $1,281 that I've invested in this HKD. Now, when we're talking about averaging down, what we're doing is averaging down. You'll see that I could not afford to continue to buy when it was at $90, and it went down to the 40, and I was losing the money, so I invested more money in it to continue to do it. And as it continued to decline, I just popped in 1 and 3 and bought and whatever like that. So now I have a quantity of 32 shares in HKD. Now what this is in turn has done is able to put the price down as an average price now of $40. So the last price is 30.23, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that I invested my profit that I made on those shares, those other stock that actually went up, and put all my profit into HKD, because I believe HKD is going to do another runner. If it doesn't do the runner, what I would do is continue to do a recurring buy, even if the price goes down, because eventually it's going to go back up. That's what I'm believing, okay? Now, my disclaimer is I cannot ever show you something that is guaranteed to work, but my last 3 shares, the stocks that I've purchased, have actually taken off quite well and gave me my losses that I incurred in the first time, because I bought IPOs that literally nosedived after purchasing them, and I lost a lot of money on that, but they eventually coming back, that I'm only losing almost now if we look at it, because I still have $400 to be approved in my account of my portfolio that hasn't come into the balance as yet, which would make it almost the $4,000 mark, and I'm down approximately $500 or $600, even though it says I'm down 1,446, because that was my profit that I had previously. So I've invested into that share, those shares, to believe it's going to take off. So whether it does or not, if it goes down further, then obviously my portfolio is going to go down quite considerably again. Okay? This is the gamble I'm taking. This is what I'm doing to see what's working. But I've been told that this actual stock is going to actually take off again by looking at some information from other people. And I purchased my information, and I pay for it, okay? But I was told, watch it and see how it goes. And just continue to average down, and just purchase now and again when you can, $30 here and $30 here. And if it continues to go down, just continue to purchase it at the price that is going down accordingly. Because when that happens, the average will drop as well. So what I mean by that is, before, my average was almost $70. It needed to get back up just for me to actually start making profit. But right now, you'll see that with 32 of shares that I have, you'll see my actual average price is $40. So that means now, with my 32 shares, that all it needs to do is hit the 40, okay? The 40 mark, even though it's down $314.11, if it hits the 40 mark, it'll even me out. So I'm waiting for it to actually go from the last price of 30.23. If it can get to the 40.05 or the average price around the area of what it is going to put me back even wise, which would put $314 back into my portfolio as profit, okay, plus whatever after the average price. If it goes back up to the $80 to what it was, then obviously I'm going to make an extra $2,400 out of that. So that is what I'm looking for. That is what I'm hoping for. And if it continues to rise and goes to the 80, and if it goes above that, then I will put a cap on it, and I will continue to keep some of the actual shares in HKD. But the majority that I have, that I've invested in it, I will pull that out and probably leave maybe half of the amount in HKD if it continues to rise. And if it continues to lose again, then I'll buy into it again. Okay, so that's the one I'm banking on right now. All the others I have still yet to make profit on. ATXI was my one that I hit on. It was almost down to $1.30, and it's gone up to $3. So I had the nice run on that, and I originally had almost 300 shares of that, and I've dropped it down to 65 on purchasing. Okay, now ATDTX is another one that I'm looking at, and you'll see that I'm minus $32 on that. And again, if that can get into the average price, and it's only it's $2.99 right now, it gets to the average price, it'll even me out, and that becomes profit. So all these ones that I'm actually down on will actually become profit for me. AVCT was another one that actually almost started at 19 to 20 cents. It's now 1690, and I actually had a lot in AVCT, and I actually sold a lot. You'll see I continue to show my actual portfolio. I sold 66 at 180. I made $118. I sold 68. I made $113. I sold 36. I made $54. I sold 36. I made $56.88. Then I bought previously, you'll see on the 12th, I bought 36 at $1.39. I bought 59 at $1.71, and you'll see it actually was up there for a little while, and I actually bought when it was up. But you have a look here, I had 1,000 of them, and I purchased them at 19 cents. So 19 cents, this is the runs you need to look at, guys, all right? 19 cents, okay, which is what you call a penny stock. They actually split it and made it into more value into it of that actual share. So it looked like that share is really took off, but actually you'll see that they split it in the actual ratio equivalently, and I had less shares because it was actually split. But I think they split it in, and it was worth $2.57 when they split it, but now it's worth $2.58. So I'm really still at my point that I still have to gain $90 to actually give it back to where it needs to be and start make profit on it again. So I still have 100 of it, and let's see how those goes. So that's what I do. And most of these ones, and I'm not fooling with you, are all losing. They're all losing. And this is what I want to show. I want to show, can we produce profit from losing stocks? Will we continue to be able to bring the market up, or will it decline to a point that is literally going to deplete my actual portfolio? Now, one thing you have to understand, that stocks and shares, your money hasn't totally gone. If it depletes, then it's lost value. But the same amount of shares that you have are still there. So you really haven't lost you've lost the value of the actual stock, or the value of the share, I should say, but you still have the amount that you invested into it. So it can go down quite considerably. Your portfolio can go down quite considerably, but you got to look at the percentage that you're losing and look at the actual profit per day that is making, and sell and buy accordingly to that, to put you back in. To just don't sit there and think it's going to go down all the time, because some days it actually is going to start making profit. Then you can actually sell a part of that shares, and when it goes down again, you use those ones that you actually sold and purchase on it back again. So it leverages it out, that you're not continually to watch your money declining. And that's what I was taught by someone else, to do that, and that's what I continue to do. So we'll continue to watch this. We'll continue to keep you updated to see how things go. Right now, my portfolio was, I invested a bit more, it's $4,500. The portfolio you'll see is $3,524. So I'm literally down $1,000, but I've still got $500 of actual transfers and pending transactions that I can use what you call buying power, which I've used the buying power, but I haven't had the actual money come back into my account yet. And there's still another $500 to come back into the account, which makes it around near the $4,000 mark. And I've invested $4,500, so I'm literally right now $500 in the red. But because I'm $500 in the red, like that I said, that I showed you that HKD, I've invested $1,200 of the net account value that is sitting right there into that stock. So if it soars up, that portfolio balance will scream and head up. So we're watching that. We'll continue to keep you updated to see how it goes. But again, if you want to get into this, let me know, and I will give you an invitation to come into it. You can start something up. You get some free actual shares to go with it, which are fractional shares that they actually give you, and you can actually start a portfolio very small and work your way up. And never ever invest more than you are prepared to lose, and put yourself in a position that you just can't afford to do it. Okay, so with that said, we're just going to continue to update to show you how this is going, and hopefully it's going to go up instead of it's going to go down. But again, if it goes down, then it becomes an issue of continuing to average the prices and just continue to recur actual deposits into those shares, and hopefully they'll go back up, and you may be able to make more value by buying the share when it's at a lower point than trying to sell it when it's down 40% or 50% and losing a 50% actual dent coming out of your net account value. All right, so what I do is I look at them and I see them going down. I'm going to continue to hold on to them, and I can continue to purchase when it's at a lower level, and hopefully they'll come back up and subsidize my losses. Okay, Steve Donahoe, DCS Market will keep you informed in what's going on. Okay guys, God bless, bye.